Hey, hentaitensai. This is A Rifter Darkly or Vin7 on YouTube and ENCube on DeviantArt. I just wanted to give you a quick critique of this because no one had given you any constructive criticism on this so far on Reddit. Alright, so I like first of all I like the feeling that you've gone for here, and I know that this is a speed practice, which means that I'm not gonna look too closely at details. I'm also smoking, that's why I make these weird pauses all the time. Because smoking is cool, kids. No, it's not. Don't. Anyway, so there are like two problem areas that I think I want to talk about. And ooh, hey, look at that. So this is one area, and this actually it's more like all of this. And I'm not going to do a paint over because this image is so small. And I don't have brushes that go so can go that tiny. And I'm not English or American or Australian. I am Swedish. That's why my words sometimes stumble around and don't know where or what they're doing. All right, so I'm gonna start with this area because I think that this is just really quick. I really don't know what this area is. I don't really feel what's going on here. I'm just going to erase this so that we can look at it, in context. I don't really know what's happening here. I can sort of feel that this is a scroll, like a parchment scroll, maybe, with fringed edges here, possibly. But I'm just not feeling that. So, well, okay. So here I start. I will paint over this. Maybe I would just give it some more highlight here, coming from this candle, and darken the edge over here. Well, this is really crappy because I don't want this to take too long, but something to give it more volume. And also these sort of in case I am right about this being like a parchment scroll, these frayed edges here, no frayed edges here. I feel like what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this. Like, it feels like the shape is going all the way here, like it has been rolled out. So yeah, that's something to think about. Get the shapes down first before you worry about the text and the details. But yeah, that's a small thing. All right, so I can tell that you're into manga, which is fine. I am not into manga. Because I think that manga is too easy. Oh, and that's probably controversial. But the point is here that her face is so stylized in this kind of manga-ish fashion that you lose a lot of like opportunity, a chance to work with really cool lighting, and especially here, like this blue. It almost looks like a heart, but it's not. It's some sort of crystal, I think. It has a pretty strong light coming off of it and down here, so you will have this light shining up on her. And with manga, since faces are so flat and so stylized, you're kind of robbing yourself of that opportunity to really experiment with the lighting. So I have prepared for this. Yeah, that's the wrong screen. Here we go. So this is a human face shadow reference sheet, and obviously it's 3D renders and not very good at that, but still you can see here that these fellas here, like, you have this dramatic lighting, and I really think that your painting could benefit from that, instead of being such a stylized sort of manga. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm getting all confused. It's late. It's past midnight. I'm getting tired. All right, so here is a value study that I did, like last year or 2 years ago. I'm not sure. And as you can see, it's not great. This is obviously the photos, and these are my attempts. But I think that these kinds of value studies and lighting studies are really valuable, and I think that you should do more of these and not go for the stylized manga, because I really think that if you can move from realistic to manga, but when you move from manga to realistic, you're gonna have a really hard time. And here we go. This is a book called Color and Light, a guy blah 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 blah, James Gurney. Color and Light by James Gurney. This is the only book, the only physical copy of a painting book I ever bought. It is next to me in bed. It's next to me in bed when I go to sleep. And it's brilliant. And I know that you can find it used, like on Amazon or Abe Books, which is where I bought my copy. And it's cheap, or it's probably in a local store or whatever. Get this book. I really, really recommend it. Yeah, back to this. So yeah, I think that like a face like this, or like a lighting like this, would really benefit her, because you get this sort of dramatic. Yeah, it suddenly becomes very dramatic. Like, who is she? Okay, this has gone on for almost 10 minutes. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's just like, when I look at it like that, it's just very flat. Her face is very flat. It's like, nothing really happens here. She's very pretty. It's a nice looking face, but it's not, I'm not getting any emotion from her, which is, the most important thing you want in a painting. Like, what's the story here? Like, who is she? What's she doing? Right now it just feels like she's just posing. She's like, hey, books are cool, something like that. But yeah, and I really like, because I was looking for references for how to light by candlelight, which is really tricky because, well, obviously, I think that you know this, but since the light radius of a candle is so short, you rarely get bounce light coming off the walls. And you kept this dark, which I really liked. Instead of, I was watching, I was looking for reference pictures and found stills from Lord of the Rings, where I think it's the extended version, like 14 hours or 14 days of stupid hobbits. But the lighting there was, Gandalf is in the library looking for some paper about the ring, and he's supposed to read only by candlelight, but the entire room is bathing in light, and it looks really weird. But yeah, so I think that you got this. I think you got this down. I think this looks really good. And also another thing, like when you have like this black hair, you can, her hair can be lit by this blue crystal here, and maybe, oh man, that's gonna look really bad. Maybe there's some light coming from this side, from this candle, and maybe there's some light coming from this side, from this candle. All right, so 13 minutes. Yeah, I think that's it. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing more of your stuff in our digital painting. I think you know what you're doing. So yeah, cool beans. See you later.